Hi guys, welcome back to Econ Time with SK. So grab your notebooks, your favorite cup of coffee, and let's get started. Okay, so let's actually try and use Formula 2 in order to determine the elasticity. So what is this case telling us? We're being told that there's a price decrease. So we're being told that price of organic coconut oil, so price of coconut oil is falling from $12 to $10, okay? And as a result of quantity demanded for coconut oil, it increases from 50 units to 100 units, right? So for our ease, call this P1, call the new price P2, and call the old quantity Q1, call the new quantity demanded Q2. So we're being asked to find out the price elasticity of demand. Remember, the formula is change in QD by change in price times P divided by Q. All right, the original price, original quantity. Okay, what's the change in quantity demanded? Right, so change in quantity demanded is Q2 minus Q1. So it's going to be 100 minus 50. So it's going to be 50. Okay. So let's just plug it in here. What is our change in price? So change in price is P2 minus P1. Remember, you should be consistent. If I'm saying change in quantity demand is Q2 minus Q1, this needs to be P2 minus P1. Okay. So it is P2 minus P1. P2 is $10 minus the old price was higher, $12. So essentially you're getting minus 2. Don't be scared by the negative sign, all right? All it tells us is the direction in which price was moving. So it's telling us that, hey, look, before the price was higher at $12, now has fallen to $10, okay? So I'm going to go and write down minus 2 here. And then what was my original price? Well, that was $12. And my original quantity was Q1, right? So it's 50, okay? So now when we calculate it, we get minus 6. What did I tell you? That when you're calculating elasticity, what's important is that you remember the minus sign just tells you there's a negative relationship between price and quantity demanded. Okay, whereas the information on how elastic the demand is, it's coming from here. So let me just write that down so that we don't forget. The minus sign means there's negative relationship between P and Q, one demanded. Basically, it's telling me the price barle quantity demanded kombe and price komble quantity demanded barbe. Okay, and this is actually telling me how responsive is quantity demanded to a change in price. The price change correlate, does quantity demanded react a lot or does it react very little? Do consumers react a lot or do they not care much? Okay, so remember I told you that elasticity of demand, if it is more than 1, we say it is elastic, and if your elasticity demand is less than 1, we say it is inelastic. Okay, so because it is 6 is definitely more than 1, right? So actually, we're going to say that demand is elastic in this case. What that means is that consumers are very responsive to a change in price. They react a lot. Okay. So now we're going to look at another example. Okay. But in this case, we're going to deal with the price increase. So look, I've not changed the numbers actually. So এখানে বলা হচ্ছে যে ধরো প্রাইসটা বেড়ে যাচ্ছে, right? From $10 to $12. Okay? At the same time, we're being told that দেখো তাহলে quantity demandedটা কমে যাবে, it will move in the opposite direction from 100 units to 50 units. Look, I've not changed the numbers, and there's a reason for that. So let's just call this P1, let's call this P2,
Let's call this Q1. Let's call this Q2. Okay, so again, let's just calculate the elasticity of demand. Elasticity of demand. Elasticity of demand, remember, is change in quantity demanded due to a change in price times original quantity demanded. Okay, so change in quantity demanded to key. Well, change in quantity demanded is Q2 minus Q1. So Q2 এখানে 50, Q1 হলো 100. So actually you're going to get a negative sign, minus 50. Let's just plug it in here. This is minus 50. What about the change in price? Change in price again is P2 minus P1. So এটা হবে গিয়ে 12 minus 10. So that is going to be 2. So again, let's just go plug that in. This is 2. And then আমাদের original price-টা কি? $10, right? So I'm going to go and write 10 here. And then what is the original quantity? Is this, 100. So let's put 100 here. So if you were to calculate this, you're gonna get minus 2.5. There's actually a typo here, okay? It should be minus 2.5. Okay. So anyway, it is minus 2.5.
So in this video, what we have done is learned how to apply Formula 2 to different examples. In the next video, we will continue with this discussion of Formula 2 and eventually derive something called the midpoint formula. All right, guys, I shall see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.